Evening, everybody, and welcome to the Tuesday night 2-meter net of the Ozarks Amateur Radio Society. This net meets on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. on this frequency of 146.970 with a PL tone of 162.2. My name is Greg, and my call sign is KF0LZX. While this is not an emergency net, if anyone at any time has emergency traffic, please call break. Does anyone have any emergency traffic? Please call now. Hearing none, I'll move on to announcements. I'll be using NetLogger for check-ins on this net. Anyone who wishes can check in early by monitoring the OARS net there. The Ozarks Amateur Radio Society meets on the second Saturday of the month at the Happy House Restaurant in Monette, Missouri. The meeting is at 7 p.m., but everyone is welcome to come at 6 p.m. to eat and enjoy some good conversation. Individuals pay for their own meal, but you do not have to eat to attend. You also do not have to be a ham to attend. Everyone is welcome, including family members and those interested in amateur radio. The next meeting will be at the Happy House, Saturday, September 9th. The one for August will be one of our events at the park in Aurora. Saturday breakfast with the OARS Club for July will be 7:30 a.m. at the Family Restaurant in Mount Vernon, Missouri. More to follow. Saturday, July 29th, OARS POTA Group will be meeting at the George Washington Carver National Monument near Diamond at 10 a.m. for a POTA activation. There'll be hamburgers and hot dogs or extras from Field Day, so please bring a side dish to add to the mix. August 12th will be the club picnic and meeting at White Park. Please bring a side dish and have your own eating utensils. We will eat around 5 p.m. August 19th, the OARS Club will hold a tailgate hamfest at White Park in Aurora, across from the bowling alley on the open parking lot. Bring your own shade. Vendors will pay $20 for a space to sell at our event. We'll be expecting a run time of about 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. The OARS Club now has 3 regular nets, the D-Star net on Monday at 8 p.m. on 444.150, the 2-meter net Tuesday at 7 p.m. on 146.970, and the Simplex net ran by Sean every Thursday at 8 p.m. on 146.460. This net is now being streamed on 59 Radio YouTube channel, so if you'd like to see how you sound on the radio or miss part of the net, you can go to 59radio.com for details and a link to the channel. Do we have any mobile or short-time call-ins? As hopefully everybody knows by now, I'm kind of hard of hearing, so not the best memory, so please be pretty short with it, and I'll probably have to ask you to repeat it once or twice. So anyway, if we have any mobile or short-time call-ins, please call now.
K6RDJ, short-time check-in. Kilo 6, Romeo Delta Juliet, Richard down here at Castle. Good job so far, Greg.
Kilo Echo 0, Mike Alpha Delta, Mobile.
November 0, Mike Lima Papa, Marvin, Mobile.
Hey Marvin, could you throw yours in there again, please?
Thing, November 0, Mike Lima Papa, N0 MLP.
KF0HHH, Mobile, Kathy. KF0HHD, Marjorie.
Marjorie, what was the first 2 on yours again? Was it KH or KF?
KF.
All right, let's start with Richard, K6RDS. How are you doing this evening, Richard?
Well, good evening, Greg, and everyone on the net. I wasn't planning on staying very long, just getting in for the count. was pretty warm down here today, and I'm actually at home for a couple, 3 days. So, with our new general operator that Bob let the cat out of the bag on, I think we might try to go do a POTA activation tomorrow if she's willing. But anyway, that's details we can work out over landline a little bit later on. Back to you, Greg KF0LZX.
Thank you, Richard. Thanks for the check-in. And yeah, Bob announced Heather got her general earlier, so I'm sure we'll hear more of that here in a little bit. But yeah, absolutely, congratulations to her. We'll move on down to Sean, KE0MAD.
Yeah, good evening, Greg, and everybody else on the net. Thanks for running that, Greg. Doing a good job. Just Mobile, headed back from the stockyards, headed back down to the farm to unload the trailer and head back to the house. Nothing else going on this end. I did find some 1.25 inch pipe. I just got to find a way to turn it down 30 thousandths. I don't know that I got a cone big enough for my live center to turn that length down, but I'll figure it out one way or the other, but I think that's going to work just fine. Anyway, thanks again. This is KE0MAD Mobile.
Thanks for checking in, Sean, and thanks for the work on the our mast for the field day. And like I said, if there's anything I need to do, just let me know. I can probably source some stuff, whatever we need. So, again, thanks for checking in, and thanks for a ton for working on that for the club. All right, let's move on down to Marvin in 0MLP. How you doing, Marvin?
Hey, Greg, doing pretty good. Hello to everybody else out there listening in. Appreciate you running the net, sounding good. Playing around up here at Stockton. Figure we come up here up by the dam, our normal little spot where we can get into the repeater. Jump in there for the count. Otherwise, I hope everybody's having a good night. Hope you're having a good night. Hope the rest of it goes well for everybody. And with that, I'll just hand it back over to you, Greg, and we'll say 73 to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Marvin. Thanks for the check-in, and I hope you guys are having a nice evening up by the dam. Honestly, I haven't been out in about 30 minutes, so I don't know what it's like, but appreciate the check-in and 73s, and hope you guys have a great evening. We'll move on down to Catherine, KF0HHH.
Hi, Greg. You can call me Kathy on here, that's fine. Just sitting here watching the water, enjoying the weather.
Roger that. Good deal. Yeah, that's twice now I've got in trouble for that. Probably sound like you're being scolded by your parents or something, so my apologies.
Well, you know what comes after getting told twice? You're going to get a flag.
Yeah, I remember those, and I remember every time I used to hear Gregory Wayne, one of those was coming right behind it usually.
Give you a choice, flip-flop or a belt.
I'll pass on both of them if that's a choice. So anyway, thanks a lot, and we'll move down to Marjorie, KF0HHD.
Hi, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, doing real good. I appreciate everybody checking in.
It's our pleasure. I'll send you out and go on.
All right, Marjorie, well, 73s, and thanks for the check-in. Like I said, hope you guys have a beautiful evening up there at the lake. And we'll move on up to David, KE6GAE. How you doing, Dave?
KF0LZX, and the rest of the net. This is KE6GAE. Oh, we're doing all right. Just sitting here, having a drink, relaxing. It's been one of those weeks again at work. But what do you do? And yeah, I mean, I was glad to hear about Heather, but Bob kind of stole her thunder, didn't he?
Yeah, he let the cat out of the bag, that's for sure.
You was right there, told me to do it.
Okay. Well, hopefully she's going to check in tonight. And if she's still sitting there beside you, Bob, congratulations, Heather. Opens up a whole more bigger world in HF for you. All right, Greg, that's all I got. Thanks for running the net and covering for Wes tonight. We'll pass it back to net control. KF0LZX, back to net control.
KF0LZX, Dave, I appreciate it. We'll catch you on the next one. Move on down to Richard, KB0RHA out of Mount Vernon. How you doing, Richard?
Oh, we're doing pretty good out here. Hello to everybody out there on the net, and you're doing a good job there, Greg. Anyway, haven't been outside too much today. It was pretty warm here in Mount Vernon, but hopefully sometime next week I get to order a new radio, so that's always something to look forward to. Anyway, that's about all I've got for the net. 7-3s to everybody, and everybody stay cool. Have a good one. KB0RHA.
I appreciate it, Richard. Any clues on what kind of radio we might be picking up?
Well, I'm really wanting a 7610 from ICOM, so that's really what I'm looking close at, and hopefully I can order that next week.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, that would be fantastic. That's awesome radio. So, well, best of luck on that. Thanks for checking in. And we'll move on down to Wes, AE0OC. Wes, how are you doing this evening?
Yeah, Greg, I just wanted to do a quick check-in and tell you thank you for running this. I'm going to hop back off of here and get back to pizza and cake and birthday presents. So I will catch you guys later on down the road. AE0OC.
Sounds good, Wes. Thanks for checking in, and happy birthday to the daughter, and hope you guys have a great evening. Move on down to Harold, K0SQS. How's Harold doing this evening?
KF0LZX and the rest of the net, K0SQS. Doing just fine, Greg. Thanks for running the net. Couple of things. Number one, Sean, if he's still around, if you want to bring that piece of tubing, I think you said it was roughly 2 feet long, down, I think I've got a spare lathe at the shop that I can throw it in and turn off 20 thousandths pretty quick. So if you would relay that to him, either that or he can copy it direct. So the other thing is the call sign on number 6 is K6RDJ. I noticed you slipped in an S there on the end. Probably looked at my call right above. Anyway, just corrected for the count. That's about all I've got. It was hot here east of Monette, 4 miles. So praying for rain. Back to you, Greg. K0SQS.
Well, thanks for checking in, Harold. We appreciate it. And thanks for the offer on the lathe. That may come in handy. I'm sure Sean's probably still on here, so. But, all right. Thanks again, Harold. Sorry, I was trying to multitask there. It didn't work out too good. So we will. One I had in there wrong.
That's got it, Greg.
Try again, K6RDJ, Richard from Cassville. I already did that one, never mind. My apologies, losing track of where I'm at. W0ZAC, Zach, how are you doing this evening?
W0ZAC, good evening, Greg, and everyone on the net. Good to hear you tonight. Doing a good job there, Greg. Sounding great. Not much going on in my world today. Pretty typical Tuesday. We're just staying in out of the heat right at the moment, getting ready to eat some supper and wrap things up for the day. We'll throw it back to you, W0ZAC, back to net.
Sounds good, Zach, and appreciate the tip the other night on the linked repeater system. I need to look into that a little bit more and get a bunch of those programmed into both my radios. I really didn't realize there are that many linked repeaters in southwest Missouri, so that would come in pretty handy.
Oh, absolutely. As you're traveling about, you're always in range of one, it seems like.
Roger that. Thanks again. We'll move on down to KB0OU. John from Exeter, how are you doing this evening?
Good evening, Greg and the whole net. KF0LZX, KB0U, here at Exeter, Missouri. I've got 86 degrees. Well, it's 85 degrees now. Got a little cooler. Worked out in my shop quite a bit today on my mill. I was cutting some special T-nuts for my rotary table to put a 3-jaw chuck on there. Trying to set it up to make some gears, and my little baby lathe won't handle that piece of pipe. It's a little bit too short, just a mini mill, or mini lathe. And so hopefully they can get that done there at SQS's shop. And smoked some meat this evening, smoked some pork, and it was good, and it's still good. Some of it's in the refrigerator. And that's about it for today. I didn't work too hard. Back to you, KB0U. Thanks for doing that.
Well, Richard, thank you for checking in. Hey, it sounds like you had a pretty productive day. So, again, appreciate the check-in, and we're at the bottom of the list, so we'll call out for any more on-air call-ins. Please call now.
Kilo Alpha Zero, Radio Mike. Bob and Aurora.
All right, K0RM. How's Bob doing this evening?
Right now, I'm eating homemade ice cream with Heather and Bill.
Well, that sounds like that's pretty tough to beat. Sounds like we're all missing out.
That'll be a hot one. I'm tired. I went to Indiana there yesterday and got back this morning about 9:30, 10 o'clock, I guess it was. Got home here and went over to Cubs for dinner. Hadn't had anything to eat. A couple sandwiches and chest beef. So, and come back home here and I guess we didn't do much else. So Mom had food pantry today. We've done that. And when I got home here she got home about 11:30. Then went over to Cubs for supper. For dinner, I guess it was. And you know about that because he was gone. But anyway, then back testing tonight. Well, that's about over. So thought we'd get in here and see what's going on. So been listening to you guys. By the way, that's John down there next year, not Richard. KAZRM.
All right, Bob, appreciate the check-in. Hopefully we'll get Heather on here in a little bit. She gets done taking the test and we'll get a few more call-ins. So thanks again, and any more on-air call-ins, please call now.
WB0OQV, Jim in Marionville.
KE0NHL, Heather and Aurora.
K0RWD, Ron in Cassville.
What was the first call sign again? The WB0.
Roger, it's WB0 Oscar Quebec Victor. WB0 OQV.
Sounds good. We'll just take off with you. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing okay. Really don't have anything to report. Just sitting here listening on 15 meters, seeing what I can hear. So thanks for doing the net back, and congratulations to Heather, and back to you, WB0QV.
Well, thanks for the check-in, and hope you have a great rest of your evening. We'll move on down to Heather, KE0NHL. How are you doing, Heather?
I am doing awesome now that I got General finally passed.
Congratulations and great job on that.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. I'm glad to finally get it passed and finally be able to get on some of the other bands out there.
I know everybody's really happy for you. I know you've been wanting to take it for a while, so that's fantastic. If I remember right, I think Bob said you passed with only missing a couple, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I only missed 2 on that.
Excellent job. Very, very good. Well, congratulations. And like I said, I don't know, you may have missed several, but everybody on here has been pretty happy for you. So fantastic to hear, and that's probably the best news of the whole net tonight. So thanks for checking in, and we will move on down to Ron, K0RWD. How you doing, Ron?
Well, we had finally getting some things done in the barn, and I just had to stop doing it, and it just seems like every time I have 3 or 4 things to come in, we have more that we need to work on and get things done, but that's kind of the way it is. But I'll just say 7 3s and doing a good job. K0RWD.
I appreciate it, Ron, and I feel your pain. I've been doing some cleaning and reorganizing in my garage and storage building the last 2 weekends, and I am pretty, I wouldn't say aggravated with myself, but it's pretty amazing how much stuff you can accumulate, and I don't know, it's been an ordeal. I still got a ways to go, so like I said, I feel your pain on having to go through all that. So thanks again for checking in, and we're bottom of the list again. Any more on-air call-ins, check-ins, please call now. Not hearing anything. Did anybody have a recheck or anything else they needed to bring up to the net tonight?
Yeah, K0MAD Mobile recheck.
Go ahead with the recheck, Sean.
Harold, if you're still listening after the net, I'll holler back at you when the net's all over with, and I'll talk to you in a little bit. K0MAD, thanks for the recheck.
Roger that.
Yep, copy all, Sean. I'll wait for your call, K0SQS.
All right, guys. Any more on-air check-ins, please call now. right, everybody, we'll wrap this up. We had 16 total, counting myself, and we had a good net. Congratulations again to Heather. I think that's the highlight of the net tonight. And we will close this out. We'll be turning this frequency back over to normal operation. Thanks again, everybody. KF0LZX, clear.